back to your day. While many of us have in our own way been able to deal with the emotional stress of the past year, as we saw a moment ago, school-age kids, especially those ready to begin a new journey in adult life, may have been and may be struggling more than we know. With some ideas to calm that state of dis-ease we're all experiencing, Keith Cherry, a therapist with Christian Care Connection, joins us this morning. Good morning, Keith. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, Amanda. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so that's part of the reason why we're doing this topic all week long. And dis-ease is the word that we're using for this. Explain a little bit about why that fits so much right now.
Well, quickly, when I was desperately searching for a dissertation topic, I kept looking at different areas that would grab my interest. And one of the things I noticed that over the past 5 years or so, we have never been more divisive in America. And I'm starting to see, whether it be an argument that gets taken too far in the grocery section at our local grocery store, or interactions we have with different people, whether you're wearing a mask or not. For me, it didn't quite fit mental health, although at the base, they're all anxiety, fear, and depression. So there's certainly a direct connection to them. But I think for getting people to understand what we're trying to present here and what y'all are trying to present this week is that it is fear, it is anxiety, and it affects everybody at the different levels.
Yeah, and we just heard from Claire. So speaking of different levels, this is a high school senior. This was supposed to be a really big year for her, and she talks about, it sounds like she went through different waves of feelings throughout the past year. At first she was upset because she wasn't retaining information, and then she got to a point where she just really didn't care anymore, she said. So talk us through some of these feelings that Claire and others have been going through.
Yeah, Claire's story was amazing. I could tell by the way she presented it, she had a pretty strong and supportive family, because she actually went out and did things. I think with our youngsters, we all have to basically validate their feelings first and foremost. As parents, as teachers, as counselors, whoever you are, validate their feelings. And I think it's really important to, like with Claire's story, it's clear that she had discussions around that kitchen table. She had family members that would process all this information, and more importantly, give her a voice to mainly the voiceless. I mean, these kids are brilliant, and they act and they think like adults, but they're not 18 yet, so they really don't have a vote, and that can feel really helpless on kids in our school system. And they are the ones we want to be educating, to be free thinkers, and to get out there and face the fear. Let's call it what it is. I think it's fear, and the best way around fear is to face it. So mobilize our youngsters and get them educated and help them make a difference in any way they can.
It takes a village, as they say. So what kind of exercises, emotional exercises do you have for Claire that maybe she can do, or maybe some others her age?
Yeah, I think it's, first of all, they have to recognize their own emotions, recognize the confusion that's going on around them. I mean, never have we ever had it where our kids have not been able to, quote, trust what we're talking about and bringing to the table. They'll hear one thing on the news, and then they may get home and hear a very different thing from another adult. That's confusing. That's the worst thing we can do to those kids. But so it's get involved, understand, recognize it as anxiety, recognize it as fear, recognize it as depression, and it's scary, but you're not powerless. I could tell Claire organized groups. If you looked at her, what she did, she just didn't take it sitting down. She organized, I believe she organized a petition in her local school district. That's really empowering. And it doesn't make us feel so helpless.
Yeah, and she seems like a very strong young woman, and I think we'll see some great things from her. But even with strong kids, we all kind of need a little bit of help sometimes. So Keith, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it, and we look forward to what we have planned all week long.
Amanda, yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to this week, breaking it down into all the different age groups.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Take care. And again, we want to help. If you are feeling uneasy about things, you're not alone, where you just need to talk to a friend or you've reached your tipping point, text wellness or resources to 419-248-1100 to get connected to those who can help you.